Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream. I am very excited to be talking about a pretty busy schedule over the next couple of days. We've got some weather going on tomorrow night and on Saturday. And let's see if I can show you. Here we go. So yeah, we've got three big things to talk about. Friday, we're looking at some fog, especially in the morning time, and it's going to be pretty much developing throughout the day. Fog could be developing tonight too, and it's going to be in the form of some freezing fog as temperatures drop below freezing, which will happen overnight tonight. So expect some freezing fog. This stuff could stick to surfaces like your driveway, the roads, especially bridges and maybe some overpasses that will freeze first. Those could be a little slick in the morning on Friday. We have a warm-up that's going to continue through Saturday. And on Saturday, we are expecting a wintry mix through the overnight hours and into Sunday. And I'm going to have more on that in just a minute here, but let's move on to some conditions we're seeing currently. This is our satellite and radar. We are clear to partly cloudy through the evening and overnight hours tonight. Some clouds are being stubborn around northern Maine and in the northern mountains here. But overall, if you're in the Portland area, along the coast, or in the interior, you've got some clear skies tonight and some clouds moving through as well. Let's take a look now at our lows for overnight tonight. We are going to drop down below freezing into the low 20s for some of us, which we did reach the low 40s today. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of whiplash here as we drop down into the low 20s across Portland and Brunswick, York, 27 degrees. And if you look into the interior in the mountains, we're going to drop down into the upper teens to mid-teens. So we've got 16 in Freiburg tonight, 19 in Sanford, 18 in Rumford, and 19 over in Waterville. Rockland, you guys will fall to 26 degrees. Now, I do want to bring your attention again to our fog tracker. I've been tracking this tonight, and we are going to see fog start to develop as in the coming hours and through the overnight hours tonight. This is at 2 a.m. tonight. You can see fog in the gray starting to, develop over over Maine. It's going to be a little bit more scattered than nature. It could be a little bit overdone at this point as well, the model. But just know that we are tracking some freezing fog overnight tonight. And this is when we wake up at 9 a.m. Again, I think it's going to be a little bit more scattered than what is being shown here on the tracker. Definitely in the valleys, things like that, low-lying areas in the foothills, you have a more possible chance of seeing some freezing fog tomorrow morning. It could slick the conditions out there on the road if you are headed to work in the morning. Just be mindful of that. Drive slow. Leave yourself some room behind the cars in front of you. Things of that nature. Visibility, again, will be dropping. And we will see fog start to dissipate a little bit, but overall kind of hang on through the afternoon hours. And this is because we're expecting a cold front to move through tomorrow evening and bring in some moisture in the form of some rain showers. So as you can see, fog kind of sticks around through the afternoon and kind of dissipates through the evening, and that rain is going to help move it along. Highs tomorrow, it's going to be an interesting day, nothing like what we saw today. Highs will climb into the low 40s, but it's not going to be until after the sun sets. So your highs for the afternoon time are only going to climb into the upper 30s, whereas their highs aren't going to happen until probably 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. So we will have a little bit more of an active wind, especially by the time the cold front moves through. And I have timing on that here coming up in just a minute. But timing for the winds are going to be the evening time when we see those rain showers. The winds are going to pick up behind that cold front and switch from the south to west or northwest. And here's a look at that temperature profile that we are going to see tomorrow. We're going to start off in the mid to upper 20s, and that's when that freezing fog can occur. Temperatures will be below freezing at that time, and these super cooled water droplets that's what's making up the fog. It kind of acts like freezing rain where it clings, but it's not freezing rain, it's fog. So just be mindful of that. And then temperatures are going to start to rise as you move through the afternoon, but we're not going to reach the low 40s until evening to the early overnight hours. And that's because we've got that moisture coming in. So overall tomorrow, we're going to wake up with cloudy skies, some fog present as well. Temperatures in the low 20s. We're going to steadily climb into the upper 30s by 5 p.m. And those rain showers are going to begin in the early evening and last through the early overnight hours. They're not going to last completely through the overnight hours. It's a pretty quick cold front moving through and pretty quick showers. And let's take a look at 2 rounds of precipitation that we have moving through this weekend. So here's Friday. We have a low pressure system to our north that's going to allow a trailing cold front to move through the northeast, and it's going to bring us some evening light rain showers. They're going to be pretty scattered, and the mountains could see some freezing rain out of this, and we're definitely going to keep our eyes out on that. But we have another system Saturday night into Sunday, and that's going to bring with it a wintry mix to rain along the coast and some snow as you look at the foothills and mountains. And models honestly have been trending a little bit colder. And so a lot of us could see snow and not much rain out of the system. It's not a big system, not a big deal at all. But it's just something that we are definitely keeping our eyes out on. And we could, the mountains definitely will end with some snow, but the coast could end with some rainfall. Now let's track these out hour by hour, both our system for Friday and our system for Saturday. So let's start with Friday night. This is around 4 p.m. I can actually back it up even further. This is Friday afternoon. Clouds are present. We could see some fog still at this point hanging on, especially in the valleys. But overall, we're going to see our temperatures around this time in the mid 30s. And as we walk through our afternoon, you can start to see some snow showers move through. I'm going to see if I could draw, but I have to figure that out. It's not letting me. So we could start to see some snow showers move through Rangeley and Freiburg, and some freezing rain possible as well as it starts to move through the state. And then we got to see some rain showers moving through, and these are pretty scattered, not maybe, I assume a lot of us will see some rain showers in the evening time tomorrow, and it's going to be pretty light in nature. We could see a downpour here or there, but not everyone's going to get a downpour. Right now, you can see the Freiburg area in that yellow color, just indicating that some towns could see heavier rain at some times than others. So this is 4 p.m. We're going to walk through here again and just see some more scattered showers through the evening. So if you have evening plans tomorrow, you definitely maybe want to actually wear a raincoat. It's not going to be freezing. Temperatures, at this point, 6 p.m. are in the upper 30s across Lewiston and Augusta and into the low 40s around the coast. So it's definitely something just to keep your eyes out on. You might want to bring a rain jacket tomorrow. And this is, again, pretty quick moving. Moves out pretty much by 10 p.m. on Friday, maybe some lingering showers up in the mountains in northern Maine. But look at these temperatures around 11 p.m. tomorrow night. That's when we're reaching our high for the day, 46 in Lewiston and in Rockland, 44 in Portland and Bangor, Rangeley even at 40 at 11 p.m. That's pretty significant for them. And you can see we're starting to clear out as well. You can see breaks in the clouds through western Maine and southern Maine. So it's a pretty quick moving system. We'll wake up to sunshine on Saturday as well, as temperatures, they're not going to fall that much in the morning, down into the maybe low 30s, even around freezing in Portland. So we're going to wake up to, oh, whoa. Excuse me. Let's back up here. So waking up to sunshine. Clouds are going to gradually increase throughout the day on Saturday through the afternoon time. Highs will climb into the low 40s once again, if not upper 30s. And this is when we're going to start to see our next weather maker move through. This is the low pressure system moving out of the Great Lakes, and we're going to see a wintry mix with this one. So rain along the coastal plain. You could see some snow as well. And I have a snow map I've just made that I'm going to show you guys. I'm expecting a lot of us to start out as snow, especially through the overnight hours Saturday night, and then switch over to rainfall across the coast and maybe some freezing rain. And as we head through the rest of the overnight hours, early morning Sunday, you can see this wintry mix sort of take place through Portland and Rockland and along the coast. Southern York County, I'm expecting not much snow for you guys at all, just more rain than snow. Snow across the mountains and the foothills, Lewiston, Augusta, you guys are all seeing snow. If you're hovering around freezing, it's a potential for freezing rain, of course. And then this is also pretty quick moving. The northern portions of Maine and in the mountains, we're going to hang on to snow a bit longer than the coastal plain will. At this point, 9 a.m., the coastal plain is pretty much done with their precipitation. I can't rule it out specifically since we are we're about 48 hours away from the system. We could see some lingering precipitation across the coast in the morning on Sunday, especially in the mountains. And then we're going to clear out as we move through the afternoon on Sunday. So it's a quick system. It's not going to, it's not a huge system, and we can look at some snowfall totals here that I've put together. I'm expecting a coating to 2 inches across the coastal plain and part of the interior through central New Hampshire as well. Lewiston and Augusta, you could be right at that 2 mark. You could even see a little above 2. And then 2 to 4 inches up in the mountains of Rangeley, Greenville, places like that, up in Aroostook County, Somerset County. You guys are probably going to see around 2, if not 3 or 4 inches of snowfall for Saturday night into Sunday. So Sunday, you guys are going to hang on to snow a little bit longer across the mountains and interior areas. And I'll briefly show you guys some winds. Winds will pick up through the afternoon. This is actually, headed back to Friday. So Friday, we are expecting winds to pick up just a little bit, gusting probably up to 30 miles per hour. And that's because of that cold front passing through. And you're going to see a shift in the winds from the south over to the west. There it is, the switch over to the northwest throughout the morning on Saturday. And winds won't be too much of an issue on Saturday. They'll be present, but they're not going to be super strong. The strongest winds will occur overnight on Friday. Now let's move on to just a kind of a wrap up and what you can expect over the next couple of days or a few days. So we're going to start off pretty foggy Friday morning. Highs will climb into the low 40s, but not until late in the overnight hours. We're going to your highs in the afternoon will only reach the upper 30s. You might not be stuck in the fog all day long. It's going to be pretty scattered, but otherwise cloudy for the day, as we're then expecting some rain showers to move through Friday evening into the early overnight hours on Friday night. Saturday will wake up to sunshine. Temperatures will climb into the low 40s again, with clouds increasing through the afternoon because our next weather maker is on the way for Saturday night. Around 10, 11 p.m., we're going to start to see some snow and a mix of rain move through the state. And then on Sunday, we're going to wake up to that mix of rain and snow. At that point, a lot of us could only be seeing snow. It's going to be more of like a dense snow, a wet snow. But highs for Sunday will only climb into the lower to mid 30s. And we can take a look at that 7-day planner. We don't have any major storms in the 7-day forecast. What we're seeing Saturday night into Sunday won't be a major storm. Late day rain, of course, on Friday with that fog. The warming trend continues up until Saturday. Sunday temperatures aren't that bad either, in the upper 30s. Even your overnight temperatures don't drop too low over the next few days. And they're warmer than they have been, even as you look at the extended forecast through Thursday. I'm pretty used to our low temperatures at this point being in the teens. So even low 20s, mid 20s, that's not too bad for an overnight low temperature. Mostly sunny skies will return for Monday to start the next work week, but as that low pressure system moves away and moves out east into the ocean that we saw Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be breezy. It's going to be breezy on Monday with highs in the mid 30s. Sun and clouds are kind of expected for Tuesday and Wednesday, with a chance for some light snow showers on Wednesday. We are keeping our eyes out on this forecast. Let me switch to the inland planner. We could see a system move up the coast on Wednesday, bringing a chance for snow, for some light snow. Again, it's pretty far out at this point, but something that we are keeping our eyes out on. And then clouds are expected for Thursday. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Let's look at some comments. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them below. I can put up our first snow map here if anyone would like to keep your eyes out on that. Connor asks, is freezing fog chance and ice accumulation due to this? I see what you're saying. So freezing fog, I don't think will have the potential for ice accumulation necessarily, we're not even close to a 1/10 of an inch. It could just cause some black ice. So it's a very thin layer of ice that could be accumulating for the freezing fog in the morning on Friday. I keep wanting to say freezing frog. The FRs are hard. Freezing fog. So we're not expecting ice accumulations, just maybe some black ice. You could see your walkway could be slick in the morning. Tomorrow, your railings outside on your porch could be a little bit slick. Just want to leave some extra time in the morning. It can't hurt to get to work. Connor also asks wind gusts Friday night and Saturday. So yeah, there will be some wind gusts. I'm thinking around 30 miles per hour, maybe 35, but right now 25 to 30 miles per hour are possible through Friday evening and into the morning on Saturday. And that's all because of that cold front that's moving through. It's bringing those scattered rain showers Friday night, or Friday evening, I should say, and it will cause some gusts. Connor also asks for ice amounts on Sunday. Ice amounts, I need to do a little bit more of a deep dive on, to be completely honest with you. But if we do see anything, the models are trending much colder than they were originally. So ice amounts, I don't think are going to be much. And if we do see them, it's going to be across the coastal plain. But again, I really don't think it's going to be much. It's going to be similar to the system that we saw not too long ago. Trying to think of what day that was, but it was this past week, our last wintry mix situation. We saw maybe up to a 10th or 15th of an inch of ice accumulation. I remember, hitting it off my car, but Buckfield, how much is Buckfield area gonna get? Let's see. Still new to the area, so I am still trying to get around knowing where each town is. Okay, so you guys are right around Paris and Turner. You guys are going to get around a coating to 2 inches, but you guys might be in that sweet spot where you get around 2 inches of snowfall out of this system Saturday night into Sunday. So yeah, I would say around 1 to 2 inches for you guys, and you might see some rain out of this as well that could, pat down that snowfall. But yeah, I mean, this is what we're seeing Saturday night and into Sunday, coating to 2 inches across the coastal and immediate interior. Even southern York County might not get any snow at all. You guys could just see purely rainfall out of this, and then 2 to 4 up in the mountains. All right, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the live stream and you stay safe out there. Hold on, one more question from Bronzen. Is there going to be any other big snowstorms at all next week, or all just rain like we have been getting? So there are no major snowstorms in the 7-day forecast, and I can pull up that 7-day forecast again for you. We are keeping our eyes out on a coastal system that could impact us Wednesday and into Thursday. Right now it's looking like it's pretty light, and it's looking like it's going to pretty much miss us. But we could see some light snow out of this one. Amounts, of course, it's way too far out to be putting numbers on that. But overall, that's pretty much what we've been tracking. Nicholas says, how about Scarborough, Maine? So Scarborough, you guys are hugging the coast. You're not going to see too much snow out of this. Again, a coating to 2 inches is possible across the coastal plain. For you guys, I mean, you're going to see rain out of this system too. So any snow that you do get is going to be pretty muddled down, or the snow will fall on top of some rain. And so coating to 2 inches for Scarborough, I'm going to say. But all right, that is all I have for you guys today. You can tune in at 10 o'clock on Fox 23 or 11 o'clock on CBS 13. I'm covering for Charlie Lopresti. And yeah, so you guys can catch me then. Hope you guys have a great night.
Live interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these social channels. Thank you for watching.